We are back for another week of Football Friday. Much cooler temperatures this time around as the calendar has turned another page. 5 games on the docket tonight, so let's get to the highlights. We begin with the Showtime matchup as Naperville Central fans welcome LincolnWay East into Memorial Stadium. 2 of the top programs in the state squaring off. The Redhawks hope to build on a dominant defensive performance in last week's win over Hinsdale Central. LincolnWay East shows why the team has not lost in nearly 3 years as James Kwasinik takes the handoff 53 yards for the touchdown. Griffins build a 17-3 lead. But Naperville Central battles back after a touchdown pass to James Jopes. This time Owen Prussia finds Reggie Florima in a very tight window to tie the game at 17 after 3 quarters. The Redhawks drive late all the way to the LincolnWay 13-yard line, where Seth Lenzian is the hero. He hits a 30-yard field goal as time expires to stun the Griffins, handing them their first loss since November of 2018. Naperville Central flying high after a 20-17 win and a 2-0 start to the season. Neuqua Valley looks to build off a win over Oswego in the opening game of the year. Another tough 7A opponent awaits as Wheaton-Warrenville South welcomes the Wildcats. Opening quarter, Neuqua pinned deep at their own 2-yard line. Coach Ellinghaus calls a play-action pass, and Mark Meneke delivers a strike to Carter Sessa on the post. Wildcat players on the bench nearly wipe out the cameraman, but he and Sessa stay on their feet, and it's 6-0 Neuqua after a 98-yard touchdown pass. Early in the fourth quarter, this time the Wildcats using the ground game to extend the lead as Grant Larkin runs in his second TD of the night, 20-0 Cats pulling away. The exclamation point in this one comes via the legs of Mark Meneke, who slips through the defense and wins the race to the end zone. Neuqua Valley dominates on both sides of the ball in a 26-7 win over Wheaton-Warrenville South. Metea Valley hosting Lockport as the Mustangs look to pick up their first win after a valiant effort in last week's 20-15 loss to Geneva. However, it was not Metea's night as the Porters controlled the game on the ground from start to finish. 5 rushing touchdowns in the game for Lockport, who rolls over the Mustangs 48-0. The Waubonsie Valley Warriors hit the road to take on St. Charles East, both teams in search of win number 1 after Waubonsie fell to Oswego East while the Saints were dropped by Lamont. St. Charles leading 20-0 in the second half, but Antonio Torres can always be counted on to make a big play. The senior running back takes it in from 45 yards out to get the Warriors on the board and back in the game. But St. Charles quarterback Nathan Hayes was too much to handle in this game. The senior with 4 total touchdowns, 3 through the air and another one on the ground as the Saints protect their home turf by the score of 27-7. Let's wrap up with a rematch of the 2007 8A State Championship game. Glenbard North traveling to Naperville North as the Huskies would love to continue their hot start after a win over Bennett in Week 1. We jump to the second half with Glenbard North leading by 2 touchdowns, but Zeke Williams gets the Huskies back in the game with an 82-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. After another Panther touchdown, it's the Williams brothers show. This time it's Luke Williams with an interception return for a pick 6. We're all tied up at 24. After a second Luke Williams interception, Aiden Gray hits Luke for a receiving touchdown. 28 points in the third quarter puts the Huskies up 31-24. But Glenbard North gets a touchdown and an onside kick, and with under 5 minutes to play, Demarion Elliston rumbles into the end zone for the game-winning score. Over 300 yards in the game for Elliston, the Panthers hang on for a wild 36-31 victory. After 2 weeks of games, we turn to the standings. Naperville Central and Neuqua Valley are the lone unbeaten teams, with Naperville North and DeKalb each 1-1. In the CCL ESCC Green Division, Bennett Academy picked up a hard-fought, much-needed 23-21 win way out west in Moline. The Red Wings keep pace with St. Rita, who won over Trinity in Kentucky. Next week, everyone in the DVC except for DeKalb is on the road, and everyone except Metamora Valley, who will be 4 hours away in Belleville East, is playing out of state. Because of the long distance, we will only have 2 highlights for next week's Football Friday: Bennett at Brother Rice and Metamora Valley at Belleville East, because those are the only 2 IHSA contests that will count for playoff points. So an odd week ahead, but after that the conference season is upon us. We'll see you next time. For Football Friday, I'm Justin Cornwell.